Hello guys, welcome to Creative Chat Room, brought to you by Voltec Studios, your number one recording and production studio in Abuja. My name is UC Royal and I'm a multimedia professional when it comes to content creation. And talking about content creation, that's what we're going to talk about today. And I'm not alone. I'm going to have this conversation with a friend. He's here with me.
Hey guys, my name is Ali and I'm a researcher. I'm happy to be here with you today.
Yes. Researcher, do you research content?
Oh, yes, I research content and I research about life. I research about anything that deserves research.
Okay. All right. So now that we are both on the same page when it comes to content creation, I wanted to talk about something that is very dear to our hearts as content creators, something that we have had to basically struggle with for a very long time, and that is nurturing excellence and value in the creative industry. There is this battle between clients and creatives, and this is a very interesting conversation because in recent times I've had experiences where it's like the clients that I have to create content for do not understand the importance of value or excellence, or they understand it, but they're not willing to pay what is necessary for it. They're not willing to give what is necessary for it. Of course, we know that in Nigeria right now, the cost of living is like super high and everybody's just basically trying to survive. I get it. The business person out there is also trying to survive. But what is the reason why we do not really take first of all, let's go to excellence. What is the reason? You see some contents that people put out there, whether it's a video, a promotional video, or it's a voiceover for a particular brand, and you're wondering who created this and why did the client even agree to use something like this to promote their business? So why do you think we don't have that knack for excellence here in Nigeria?
Well, I think generally, clients tend not to appreciate the effort that has been put across or put into the work that has been created by creatives generally. And so they tend to think that it's pretty much something you could just do easily, not actually understanding the fact that there's a whole lot that goes in the background. We have to do with research, have to do with a lot of editing, a lot of work back and forth just to make sure you get the desired result. And there's a lot of correction coming back from the client. And it's just a whole lot that goes into it. And then clients generally think that, it's just, I give you task.
That's the word. That's the word that we're trying to do away with this conversation, because it's recent. And there are two things. So it's either they're using the word just when they're trying to like talk about what you're doing for them. Is it not? So for me, I create voiceovers, graphics, animations, and all of that. And so it's like, is it not just? Yeah. The truth of the matter is that if it is just, you will just do it by yourself. And so you went to somebody to do it for you because you can't do it. So even referring to somebody's hard work and effort as just, I feel like it's just not the right way to talk. We're not even going to go into the conversation of professional terms and professional conversations and the terms that you use when you're referring to a creative's work. Words like just should not definitely be in there. Telling creatives things like, oh, I just came to you, Shao, but there's this person I know that can do it. That's the worst.
Speaking about that, you get to find some clients tell you that I think you're really expensive. I could go to somewhere else and I'll get at a more affordable rate. Personally, what I tend to do is instead of me telling people that they're expensive, I tell them that I think I'm unable to afford you at this moment due to my financial capability. You're not expensive, but just I can't afford you. I think that's a better way to put it.
Yeah, people they don't say that. They would rather, I don't know, I think it's a thing of them trying to make you feel small and refuse to make themselves feel what they are, which is people that cannot afford the service. Do you understand? You can't afford it and it's okay. I always tell people this. I don't like to price things. If I go to buy something and you say that this is the amount, there is a reason you kept it at that amount. For it could be sold at 20 naira anywhere else and you decide that, you know what, you're going to say your own 500 naira. It's your business. You decide how much you get. You know what you saw that made you keep it at that price. Maybe there are people who would actually walk into that place and buy it at that amount of money. I have no right to start making you feel like, oh, you kept it at this amount when there are so many places. The truth is, if there are so many places where you could get it cheaper, why didn't you go there? right? So the truth is, when it comes to creativity and what creatives do, especially around creating content on social media and stuff like that, there will always be a place where you get it cheaper. But the reason why we talk about excellent and having to pay so much for that value is because when you see something that is nice, when you see something that is of quality, like some of the things that our guy here at Vortex Studios, some of the videos they shoot, some of their content and production, when you hear it, when you see it, it comes out nice. You like it. It's entering your eyes and you want it. But the reason why you would go for it is because they've put in the work to get to that level, right? They're no longer at that standard that maybe you're scrolling through a particular content that was created and you can just scroll through it. You will not sit in and just enjoy that content. So the reason why you spend time on something is because it's nice. Everyone likes something nice. So why is it that the clients, they're not willing to pay for this? Is it that they don't understand the value?
Well, I don't think they do not understand. I actually think they just feel like the Nigerian mentality where you could actually haggle the price of anything whatsoever. They think that they could get it at a lesser rate. They just tell you that, look, we're going to pay a lesser sum. Right. But the clients who understand the value of what you're actually giving them will not bother about negotiating the price. They'll pay premium to get the best out of what you're going to give them, because just like the Nigerian phrase we have, it's in Latin, so not Latin, it's our pidgin English. It says better soup than money killer. But then so the client who knows the value of what you're going to give them, they'll definitely know that they need to pay premium for that, so they could get the best result, the excellent result from what you're going to give.
The client who knows, who understands the value for whatever content you're creating for them, how did they get there?
Well, it's a lot of unsuccessful outputs that they've had to live with other creatives or other
people that are doing it cheap. Yes, so they now got to that point where they understood that if it's expensive, then that means it's good.
There's been a lot of trial and error, and it's just like, let me not even bring our Nigerian mechanics into this.
Oh man.
Or you have trial and error, But then when you go to all these auto mechanic shops and garages, you tend to have a lot of, you pay premium, but then you could, to a level of extent or degree of extent, you definitely have some level of assurance that your car will definitely be fixed. So it's similar to the creative. If I was saying, you pay premium for all these, and you just need to put in the effort.
The truth of the matter is that you will always get it cheap somewhere else. Sure. There will always be, for me, that I do voiceovers, there will always be somebody who is willing to give you the cheaper voiceover. But will you like it, or is it going to start from something from the village? Do you understand? So those are some of the things that we're looking at. Let me not even go into the part of the fact that the clients who pay the lowest are the ones who want the highest value. Please, how does that correlate? You cannot pay less. And they're the ones that give the biggest wahala.
Of course.
They're the ones that stress you out.
The highest expectations.
I had an experience recently. I'm so sorry, I just had to say it. I had an experience recently where a client paid for a video to be produced for them, and it was one of my lowest and cheapest packages, something that I could do in the comfort of my own home, just rather than going into the studio. I was like, okay, let's do it for you and all of that. And the client sent their PR to send me their script. And before I go into the studio to voice your script, you have to have, gone through it and approved that this is what you want. So that tomorrow you're not having to go and change anything, revoice and all of that. I mean, if something happens along the line, we can make corrections. But if that's the way you sent it, I'm supposed to voice it like that.